Hello and welcome to our look at the upcoming week in the binary options market. I have the economic calendar in front of you, as you can see, and as we kick off the week on Monday, it's a pretty quiet session with perhaps the exception of consumer price index out of Germany moving the markets. Looking at this, you can see that we go through the rest of the day with a couple of minor stock market related announcements coming out of the U.S., but truthfully, we doubt very much that there's going to be massive movement on Monday. Monday should be more of a steady as she goes type of decision in the binary options market. As we drift into Tuesday, though, we get an interest rate statement and decision out of Australia, and that could move the Aussie dollar. A little later, we get employment numbers and an employment rate out of Germany, and that, of course, is going to be very big for the euro and the DAX. As we continue to go forward, the market will focus on PMI out of the United States, unemployment rate out of Europe. So again, we're looking at the euro. Then we have GDP coming out of Canada, which could move the Canadian dollar, ISM manufacturing, PMI out of America, which will then be a stock market moving situation. And as a result, Tuesday should be a fairly interesting day. Retail sales kicks it off in Germany on Wednesday, followed by CPI and PPI out of the EU. The Bank of Canada has an interest rate decision on Wednesday. Look at the Canadian dollar for that. And then, of course, we have Beige Book out of America. That will be a stock market moving announcement, as well as the crude oil stock exchange. That, of course, will affect the crude oil markets. A little later on in the day, we drift into some speeches out of the FOMC members, but truthfully, that concludes the session. And then on the 3rd, which is, of course, Thursday, we start to see a little bit more focus being paid in Asia Pacific. Nothing major, though, really. Trade balance, perhaps, could move the Aussie, but as we go into Europe, we get some minor stock market moving events, such as the services PMI. More importantly, though, we have the ECB interest rate decision, and that, while the decision itself won't change anything, any type of statement coming out of the conference, press conference later will, of course, be very interesting to see what they have to say about potential stimulus. We do have initial jobless claims and PMI, services PMI numbers out of America. Yellen is testifying before Congress. That could move the stock markets and the U.S. dollar. And non-manufacturing PMI, so a lot of noise coming out of America during the Thursday session, which will be abnormally interesting because we have the non-farm payroll on Friday, and normally that means everything stops a day or two ahead of time, but that's probably not going to be the case this week. And on top of that, Friday's going to be very interesting in the dollar-Canadian dollar pair because we have unemployment numbers coming out of Canada at the same time, so it could be a very interesting USD CAD Forex pair type of situation. With that, let's take a look at some weekly chart. You can see the dollar CAD tried to break out during the previous week, and we failed a little bit, but this week most certainly will give us some direction one way or the other. We still like buying calls on pullbacks. We recognize that we are very much in an uptrend, so we are going to ignore put buying opportunities and just assume that pullbacks that are going to, that are significant are just going to be value that we can pick up via calls. The DAX initially fell during the course of the session here on, or the sessions of the week here, but tested 10,800 and turned things around to form a rather positive looking candle. The candle, of course, suggests that the DAX will continue to go higher, and we do believe we're going to reach towards 11,600 this week. Dollar yen's been pretty quiet, but that could change with the jobs number on Friday. We believe in the upward pressure, so pullbacks should offer call buying opportunities. With that, we've taken a look at the upcoming week.